Definitely what Lindsay said too. We're going to walk you through the assessment here today. Lindsay's going to go through it, and we're going to walk you through what you can do, whether if you want to download the app, all of our assessments are there too, so you'll be able to have it. We are going to send this out as a recording as well, so you'll have it as a replay. But in addition, what we want to make sure, first and foremost, if you do decide that you want to try these assessments, get those assessments going at your house right now, just make sure that we always want to say this before you do anything with your health and fitness. Definitely consult a doctor or a physician to make sure that you're ready to work out. And if you do feel faint or dizzy, please stop, because today we're not here to make you feel uncomfortable or make you feel dizzy or faint. We want to make sure that we are here as a resource and as a helpful guide to help you become healthy, fit for life and for pickleball. So that's really what our main goal here is. What we are going to be doing right now is going through 5 of the 7 pickleball 7-step assessments that we have in our book, in our Pickleball Blueprint Training for Life book that we have. And we're going to go over the 5 major ones to work on balance, stability, and functionality so that you can learn, okay, where do I need to work on? You said you wanted to get better at pickleball, or maybe you just want to like move better with less pain. These 5 are essential to understand where you may need to focus your warm-up and your stretches and things that you might need to do before you get onto the court and in between your match play, so that you do wake up feeling more limber, less sore, less pain, and feeling more confident in how you move. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And we have Lindsay here to be our beautiful demo. So the first one that we are going to do, and we are going to kind of start from your top of your body all the way down, and you're going to be seeing this being assessed by either a 0, where you're like, hey, I can't do it, to a 1, where there's some limitations of movement, 2, yes, I can do it, but not really great, and 3, hey, it's pretty easy for me to do this. These 5 exercises can be done anywhere. And that's why we're just saying, like, if you want to follow along and do it in the space that you have right now, you're going to find that it's very simple to do. And that's why we wanted it to be set up this way, so that anyone can do it anywhere, anytime, without any equipment, because it's going to really start the base and foundation of where you're going to go with your fitness and where you want to go with pickleball. So again, you can perform better and live happier and healthier in life and in pickleball. All right, so the first one here is going to be a shoulder mobility test. I know you were saying you're having a little stiffness in our shoulders, any of the overhead or serves. It's kind of hard to get those scaps moving. So I'm going to have Lindsay actually turn around here, and we are going to assess a right side and left side. This is called shoulder mobility. What we're going to have you do is you're going to lift your right arm up, and you want to extend it as high as you can, and then you're going to take your left arm and you're going to place it right behind your back. You are going to bend at the right elbow and try to have your right hand touch your left fingertips. And here you can see that Lindsay is touching her fingertips right here, nice and smooth. It wasn't hard for her. She's not leaning, she's not struggling. That would be as simple as a 3. Now, if she was kind of broken a little bit and there was some gap here, about a foot, or you just feel like if you were to see me, I can't do it, right? But I'm fairly close somewhat, right? That would be a 2. So if you can't even get that arm behind your back, so you do have that stiffness in your shoulder from a previous injury, anything like that, and you can't even get it even close, and you know you're not even like close, that would be a 1, all right? Now that, she got a 3 on her right side, but now we wanna test the left side. So now I'm gonna have her lift up her left arm, and then have her right arm go behind, and you're gonna see that she's gonna bend her left elbow down, and she's going to try to touch her fingertips to fingertips here with her right arm and left arm. Here you can see that they do touch. I would give her still a 3, but there's one marked difference here. She's not touching it as much as she was on her right side. So I would mark that off as saying, there's something going on with her left shoulder. And if you know anything, and you can relax, Linz, if you know anything about Lynn, she had a left shoulder injury, and that's why there is a little bit of a discrepancy between her right side mobility, which is clearly a 3, compared to her left side, which is at a 3, but not as stiff. And you may have that. One side might be really easy to do. The other side might be a little stiff. That's something that you want to mark down. So you want to mark down on either a piece of paper if you're going through this assessment right now with us. You want to mark down, how did that feel? And I can do it myself right here without any coach. Boom. I know that I'm a 2 here, and then I just know that I'm going to switch sides and I'm pretty much still a 2 on this side. One might even argue I could be a 1 because I have a lot of separation. That's just me. But you mark that down, 1 and 1. If you have one side other than the other, you mark the right side of 3 and the left side of 2. That's kind of what I would maybe do with Linz. We'll get back to that in a second. So that is the first one, our shoulder mobility. The next couple are going to be all about your legs and mobility with squat patterns and lunge patterns and balance. The next one is an overhead squat. I'm going to have Linz here. Arms are going to go right up overhead, and Linz, you can move back just a little bit there so that we can see that her arms are straight up overhead, right? And what we want to do is we want to go right down into a squat position. So here we are looking for an overhead squat. Here we're looking at 90 degrees with her hips. Her back is nice and flat, and her arms did not fall forward, and they are still really high up over her head. You can come up. Now, we're going to do a couple reps here. So I'm going to have Linz go up and down. You can go up and down as well if you need to. And what we want to see is there any issues with your shoulders? Are there any issues with your squat pattern? Now, here I'm going to have Lindsay sit into the squat, and we're going to see some kind of not really great movement patterns. Right now, Linz is in a 3 form. This would be a 3 for me. I would mark it down as 3. She's doing great. Some things you might notice is the arms might come forward, right? You might round your shoulders. You might not be able to get a good squat pattern. If you see the arms going forward, or maybe they can't stay overhead, you have roundness in your shoulders here because you're really trying to get deep in the squat. Or, this looks really kind of odd for Linz, right? Or say as you're squatting, your heels come up, right? Those are an indication that something might not be working well. If you have one of those, you definitely are going to be a 2. If you have multiple ones, say your heels are coming up, your shoulders are coming down, and you have a roundness in your back, or maybe you don't even get to that 90-degree depth. If you have multiple ones, that would be a 1. So Lindsay is a 3 here, but if you have any discrepancies with getting down low, like when you shift forward, then give yourself a 2. The goal is not necessarily getting a 3. The goal is to just see where some of these issues are that we can maybe start assessing a little bit more on where you might need to have some corrective exercises come into play. So take some time if you want to do a couple overhead squats there, feel it, see where you are, mark down your numbers 1, 2, or 3. And because that's a full squat, it's only one side, so you only have one score. Here we want to do a 90-degree T-scale. This is one that you will be going on a right side and left side. This is going to be working balance. This is something that a lot of pickleball players lack when they're reaching, going for that small little dink really quick, or trying to run back. Most falls and injuries happen, right, when you are trying to scuttle back or shift to the right, shift to the left, and there isn't enough balance there. That's what this test and what this assessment is really doing. Here, I'm going to have Lindsay bring her right arm up, and I'm also going to bring her right knee up. First thing, is she balanced in this position? If you can balance in this position, you're good, all right? If you can't, you're definitely not a 3, but we're still not sure if you are a 2 or a 1. Now what I'm going to have her do is tip right at 90 degrees to make that T position. You can see that her leg is fully extended here, not a lot of bend in her knee, which is great, and her arm is fully extended out as well. Back is nice and flat, and there isn't a lot of rotation. I'm not going to ask her to come right back up. Can you do that, right? Can you go up and down? Maybe we'll do a couple reps, really test it out. She has a lot of stability. She is practicing this balance and stability work to make sure that she is staying nice and strong. Now, because we're using right arm and the right leg, this is a right side test, okay? So I know the left leg is the one that is balancing, but we're going to count as a right. I would give her a 3 for that. It looked great. Some issues are, again, balance issues, wobbling, can't get down to that 90 degree, right? Those would be those 2s. Really kind of poor right here, which is what Lindsay's demoing. I would give yourself a 1, okay? Let's switch sides. I'm going to have Linz do her left side here. All the way up, left arm is up, left knee is up. I want to see that nice balance here. Toe is going to be dorsiflexed. We want to see that you can establish that balance on one leg first. So now let's tip at that 90 degrees. Take your time with it. Don't rush it. Again, by all means, if you want to see it, leg is straight, flat back, not a lot of rotation. What might happen is if you're here, right, and then all of a sudden you wobble and you fall off and you have to put your foot down really quickly, that would be considered a 2 as well. All right, but we want to see if there's any misalignments here. Maybe you got a 3 on one side, you can do it nice and clean, but maybe you had an injury on your left knee and it causes some balance issues, okay? That would be that 3-2 and really have to dissect why is that happening. So the 1 is like there's pain, you can't tip over, you don't have a lot of balance and you can't do that movement. That's like a 1. A 2 is that you're balanced, you're tipping, but it's not as strong and structured. A 3 is if you can go down nice and strong, like you just saw what Lindsay did, and that is just nice, straight, and balanced. That's what that score is all about there. Now, we're gonna go to the split squat. With a split squat, it's another two-sided test, another two-sided assessment test. What this lunge pattern does is, can you establish the balance and stability on one leg with a split stance? Whether you're lunging to get that ball, whether you're shifting to the right or to the left. A lot of lunge patterns in this normal lunge movement pattern, some of our major movement patterns, establish themselves in a lunge pattern here. So here, what I'm gonna have Lindsay do is she already has her right foot forward, her left knee is gonna go down to the ground. Now, if you can't get into a lunge pattern because your knee hurts or this is a hard pattern to get into, that would be a 1 right off the bat.
Oh, you can't hear?
Now I hear.
Can you hear it now?
Now I hear, yes.
Okay.
I was going to, I was projecting on TV. Just give me just give me a couple of minutes. I want to go back. I like on TV.
It has been on though, right?
Yours on?
Yeah. The volume has been on though, hasn't it? The whole time? I hope.
Yes, I'm good.
Oh, okay, you're good now?
Yes,
Cool.
I'm good.
Okay.
All right, take 2. This is what's cool about being live. We just adjust. Yeah, totally. All right, so here we have the lunge pattern, right? The split squat. So a lot of what we do here is that in the lunge patterns, it's one of our core movement patterns here, okay? It's one of our movement patterns that we have that really kind of work through the movement. And I'm just gonna do one thing. Cool. All right. So here we have the movement pattern here. It's called the split squat. It's one of the core movement patterns that we have as humans, right? It's a lunge pattern. Can you actually move with just one leg on one side and move in this lateral movement and then in this front to back kind of split stance, if you would? I have Lindsay on her right leg forward and her left knee is down on the ground. Now, if you can't get into this position, then you're gonna be a 1 right off the bat. And it's okay if you can't, it's not a big deal, but you do wanna be in this position because we wanna see if you have that full range of motion in that pattern first and foremost. We wanna make sure your knee is at 90 degrees and that ankle is right over that knee. Now, I'm gonna have you bring your hands behind your head to work that stability as well, right? That split stance, can you keep that balance? And in one movement, I want you to push all the way straight up and down and then come right back down. I want to go about 3 to 5 reps. I'm looking at seeing, does she lean forward? Does that knee go over the toe? Can she keep her back nice and flat with her elbows really retracted back, really making sure that we're staying strong in the scaps as well. Right now, this is a 3, right? There's nothing, no issues here, no big deal. What I am going to have her do is now switch legs immediately, okay? Then I want her left leg, right? So now we're doing a left leg assessment. Her right knee is down on the ground. I'm looking for the same pattern. Boom, 90 degrees with her knee. Toes straight, right? Knee, ankle, right in line. Hands right behind the head, right by your ears. You don't have to clasp, it's fine. Toe is also going to be dorsiflex in the back. You don't want to have it flat in the back. You want to show what it looks like if flat in the back. You flatten it out. We don't want that. We really want to actually have that toe dorsiflex. So you really have to stabilize through your core, through this split stance to really test you out. Lindsay, I'm going to have you go 3 reps up and down, right? What am I looking for? I look for the side, see if we're feeling comfortable. The knee's not going over the toe. Her hips and her shoulders are not rotating whatsoever. This would be a 3 on both sides. Mark it down. Right side, left side, 3s. Some of the things that we see that would bring it back down. Again, like I said before, if you can't get into this lunge pattern, you're definitely not a 3, okay? And unfortunately, you're gonna be a 1, right? That means there's opportunities. Now, here, if you can do this pattern, but what happens is you start shaking, right? Just like Lindsay's doing here, bringing it all the way down to the ground. And then maybe as you try to push up, you have to almost get out of that split stance position. Those are going to be 2s, right? If you can't complete a couple reps fluidly up and down, give yourself a 2. Again, none of this means that if you're not getting 3s, that does not mean that you are broken by any means, all right? What that means is that we are working to establish your patterns, right? We're trying to establish our patterns and making sure that you stay balanced throughout the whole movement. So mark yourself down. What was the right side? Was it a 3? Was it a 2 or a 1? Left side, 3, 2, and 1. The last movement that we're going to do is actually going to come away from your legs, and it's going to work on your core stability and also working on your shoulders. It's our shoulder tap assessment. Here, you're going to come down into a tall plank position, right? It's our tall plank position where I want your feet to be hip width stance. You want to have your shoulders over your wrists, and you want to make sure that you have this forward lean to yourself. Your glutes are on fire and your core is locked. It's from here, I want you to go from right hand to your left shoulder, then replace it, then go left hand to the right shoulder. And you're going to alternate at least 5 on each side for a total of 10 shoulder taps. What I'm looking for as a coach, what you're trying to feel as well, is can you keep your body nice and strong? It's not rotating the hips, right? We're staying nice and flat, your glutes are engaged, core staying tight. Right now, you can see that Lindsay has a level 3 score of 3. She's not shifting her body. You know, her glutes are fire, core is tight. So this would be a 3, all right? You can relax. What are some other things that we might see? If you can't establish that tall plank position and hold it there to even start this movement, you're a 1, right? So mark yourself down as a 1 if you're like, this isn't gonna happen for me today. My wrist hurt, right? You can't bring it up, it's hard. That's okay. Again, this is an assessment. So understand we might have some limitations, but those limitations are opportunities, which is great. Here, what I want to see is we're going to do like a 2. All right, now we're going to do a 2. So Lindsay got a 3, just talked about a 1. Here's what a 2 might be for you. Lindsay's really exaggerating it, but her hips are really rotating big time, right? But we want to make sure you understand what we're talking about. If you're rotating those hips and they're coming up and you have to really shift your body off to the side to get that weight over, then what's going to happen, that would be a 2. So understand that we are going to be doing all of these assessments and we're going to mark them. 1, it's not really that great. I don't feel comfortable doing it. That's what that 1 feels like. A 2 means, yeah, I can do it, but I know I'm not as perfect as what I could be. I know there's room for improvement. That would be a 2. And any 3 would be like, yeah, this is almost too easy. What am I doing, right? It's almost one of those movements. Mark yourself on all of these 5 movements. How do you feel? Do you have any 1s? Do you have any 2s? Those are where we want to put our focus in. And when you're looking at how we can start fixing some of these issues, what are some of the exercises? What are the things that we can do to really create better opportunities to move better on the court, to feel better and feel confident with less pain and less soreness? This is what we need to focus on. And where we're going to go right now, we've just done 5 out of the 7. The other 2 movements are agility drills. They're a 30-second lateral shuffle, as well as a 30-second forward and back acceleration drill. Now, if you go onto our app and find out those assessments, you can do them in the court. That's what we did. We said, do it on the court, 30 seconds, see how you're moving. That's a whole nother topic today. Because if you can find out about yourself, assess yourself with just these 5 movements, you're going to find out where you may want to start incorporating some corrective exercises. And there's hundreds of corrective exercises for each one of these movement patterns. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to take you through 10 of the exercises we believe are perfect for a warm-up, for a warm-up routine that will take you really just from head to toe, real simple in about 3 to 5 minutes, and something that you should incorporate every day that you're about to play. And there's something that you can do while you're standing. So you don't have to get down on the ground or have any equipment. It's all body weight stuff. So this is something really critical that we believe you should start incorporating, because what you'll find is a lot of the corrective exercises in the warm-up, or a lot of the warm-up exercises are corrective exercises, okay? So we're gonna start and we're gonna take you through this warm-up right here, right now, all right? 10 exercises. The first one here, as simple as this, standing tall and do shoulder rolls. Here, you're just gonna take it, shoulder rolls forward and then shoulder rolls backwards. You're gonna be working that shoulder capsule. You do a lot of that. We don't have to even explain how much you work through your shoulder and the scaps as you do it. You gotta loosen them up, nice and smooth. From there, after you get through those shoulder rolls, you're gonna do long arm swings. With the long arm swings, what we focus on is your thumb is gonna come up, right? And then as you come down with the arm, your thumb is gonna come down. So you're gonna do this up and down, opposite arm goes up, opposite arm goes down, and you rotate at your wrist as you come down, and you rotate at your wrist with your thumb coming up, doing those arm swings. Okay, beautiful. You're gonna be doing 3 to 5 on each side. Next, you wanna go arms out to the side, create a T with your body. What I want you to do is long arms extension, and you're gonna do a trunk twist. Here, you want that back leg to roll with you a little bit, brace your core, abs are tight, and just move fluidly side to side with that trunk and the thoracic spine. Perfect job. Here, we're gonna put our hands right on our hips now and do a flexion extension. This is where you wanna stretch out your hamstrings. This is where you wanna make sure that you're getting your glutes to fire up at the top, and make sure that you're flexing through your hinge pattern to get your glutes and your hamstrings starting to warm up, right? As simple as a flexion extension. Each one of these exercises, you just have to do 3 to 5 reps each exercise, each movement, forward and backwards. Beautiful, simple as that, right? Now we're gonna get into a knee hug to a step back. So here, what we're gonna have you do is you're gonna focus on one leg. Lindsay's on her left knee right now. She's gonna have her toe dorsiflex. Her knee is gonna be brought right up to the chest. She's then gonna take a step back and then reach that same arm up and over the head. All right, so she's gonna take her left knee, bring it up to her chest, take a mini step back, reach up with that left arm, same arm of the leg that's going back, you're gonna reach up over the opposite leg. You're gonna stretch out your psoas muscle here, this hip flexors, these muscles with the inner adductors that move when you push side to side. We need to loosen that up. A lot of times, those hip flexor strains, the issues in our back, you're gonna switch legs, do 5 on the opposite side. A lot of times, when we don't loosen up our hips or our hip flexors, we're doing a lot of rotation, we'll have that strain in our hips. We sprint up or we eccentrically load through our hips and they get really, really tight. And we start getting lower back pain because of those myofascial slings that cross the body and they're so stiff. Or we have a sitting job and we do a lot of sitting and those muscles are really tight. So when we actually extend our arms to hit that ball to try to go for a swing or a serve, repetitive movement, that muscle gets locked up and tight and overactivates. So here you can see how that works. This is a knee hug to a step back, nothing too crazy. 5 on each side. That was awesome, Linz. Looking good. Here now, what I want to see us do is the standing hip circles. So if you do have a chair or you do have a net, or if you have a fence that might be around your pickleball court, you can hold on to anything. And in addition, if you want to really work an additional balance, guess what? You can do it without anything. You want to just do a hip circle. Your toes are going to be dorsiflexed and you want to work within that hip socket. A lot of times we don't get enough fluidity and movement in there, and we got to work all of that synovial fluid, all that lubrication in that hip joint. You want to get it working. You want to cycle that leg through. You might be not doing a lot of sprinting on that court, but you want to get your hips to feel limber and loose. You do that by doing hip circles, 5 forward, 5 backwards. And while you're there, either holding on to the fence or holding on to the multi-bar here or anything, we want to do leg swings. We'd encourage you to face the fence, and we want to have you come across your body and then away from your body, across and away. Now, obviously, Lindsay has a bar to hold on to. If you don't, you can just do a quick little abduction off to the side. Toe pointing in a little bit, and you can just do an abduction. There's a lot of variations here, but this is what it's all about. Working the abduction of the leg, working your glutes to fire, and get your legs to swing across the midline of your body to help with any of those lateral movements, those quick reactions if you need to. All right, that's a great one to do whenever you can. The leg swings, hip circles, right? Beautiful job there. Now, to finalize really 8, 9, and 10 of these exercises, we're gonna do a couple transit movements. What that means is we might be moving with this one. So here you might need a little bit of space, or you can stay in place too. But here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a forward march, right? Work a range of motion of your knee, and we just wanna work, again, that fluidity of that hip. Now, Lindsay's doing a march. If you feel comfortable with a march, that's where you are. If you feel like you want to bring a little bit more dynamicness to it, start doing a little bit of a skip. Get a little bit more dynamic pop to it. You're going to be working your calves a little bit. You're going to be working on that explosiveness, that reaction quality, and you're also working on reciprocal arm action. That opposite arm, opposite leg, right? Really work the coordination of your body. That's what pickleball is all about. How do you have that cross-body integration? Because it's left leg to right hand, right? Vice versa, as you go to right and left side, you'll see that. Here, you want to go about 10 yards, maybe you want to go 5 on each side, it's perfect. Here's one that we love, squat, push, lateral. This is number 9 out of the 10 that we have here. With this warm-up, squat, push, lateral is something where you drop down into a quarter squat position. I'm going to have Lindsay go to the right first, but if you're going to go to the right, you want to push off your left hip, okay? So you're going to lift that right leg up and push off your left leg, right? You want to get 2 or 3 pushes. Then when you come back, you're going to push off the opposite leg. So when Lindsay goes to the left, she's pushing off that right foot, right? Lift, push off. Lift up, push off. This is called the squat, push, lateral. You want to get that forceful action of being able to work the inner adductors and get your glutes to fire as well. We call this a squat, push, lateral. Literally, just like how it says, you do it that way. You're going to squat, you're going to push, and you're going to go lateral. Here, you want to go about 5, maybe even 10 pushes in each direction. You can see how Lindsay's doing this right here. Great exercise to help get those muscles firing so you can move laterally around the court much smoother and feeling more confident with balance and stability. The last one, you know when you run up to that kitchen, you need to have a good split stance. This is where the drop squat comes into play. A lot of times it's explosive. Its eccentric action causes the injury to happen when we land, when we're not ready to brace ourselves as we drop down and get our body coordinated. So we're going to do what's considered a drop squat. You start with your feet together and then pop down into center, just like how Lindsay's doing it here. You want to absorb into that squat. Now, if this is a little bit too dynamic to absorb into it eccentrically, all you really need to do is just a body weight squat. We don't want to glorify exercises. We want to maximize movements. So if there's a movement that isn't something comfortable that you feel like you want to do, then just really bring it down to another modification. There's always opportunities to grow and learn. So if you want to go back down to that drop squat again here, I want us to think about this movement here, that dynamicness of it all. Try to get used to dropping down into it and eccentrically load those muscles to build that strength in your hips and glutes and really to stabilize your core. Here's another one that you're going to do about 5 to 10 reps. And all of those exercises right there, those 10 exercise movements are part of a warm-up you can do literally 3 to 5 minutes. I just explained them a lot, so that's why I kind of dragged it on. But once you get used to it, these are movements you'll just do smooth, quick, and aggressively right before your warm-up that are going to prime your body, that are going to help the neurological signals to help you stay injury-free and enjoy the game of pickleball, not only for now, but for life. So that's really the whole encompass package right there. Now, Linz, how do you feel?
I feel good. I mean, I'm sweating.
You got like a little glisten to you.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why, like I always tell pickleball players, this might be a warm-up and we're saying it as a warm-up, but this warm-up can be your workout. This is all you need, 8 to 10 minutes, a couple of times a week to work that. I mean, my legs were burning doing those push-offs because I was mindfully activating my glute. And that's the difference between on-court training and off-court training. Is on-court is automatic. You're doing movement patterns, but it's automatic. So if you have poor movement patterns or bad habits, you're doing those bad habits. That's why we train off-court these methodical movements with good posture, good stability, and we're activating the muscles that support because we're training that brain to muscle connection so it translates to better movement on the court. And that is what movement training is. Training off the court so you can have better posture, better landing mechanics, more power, and less pain on the court. So
Yeah, it's perfect.
yeah, you can hear me, I'm still out of breath. Would love to open it up for questions, see how you're feeling, if you did the assessment, you know, how did you feel?
Yeah, if you have any questions with anything, if we went too
Yeah.
fast with anything, it is all good.
Let's see, hold on. You have to unmute yourself, I think. Let's see.
Yep.
Do you have a mute button that you could press to unmute? Because right now, like on your computer, just unmute yourself. Let's see. Oh, there you go.
Beautiful.
Can you still hear us?
Okay, so some exercise I was not able to do, like you did the first time, first 5, which is you stand on the arms. What I realized, my arms are very weak, and when I did some exercise, I feel a pain in the low back.
Okay.
So meaning that when I started to play, I noticed that players which started with me, I'm 66, and some people in my age, some people older, they have more stronger arms that I do, and balance. My balance is not good, which is I realize now with some stretches. I was not able to do. I have to hold on something.
Yep.
Yeah. So meaning that the exercises, like whatever you showed, is great, and I have to start to do them probably every day. My question is how to make arms stronger, and my legs is also weak, because when I started to do like squat on like I feel pain in the legs.
Yep.
And especially on the low back, like 5 times, and that's it. So meaning that I need to focus, I think, on to make the arms stronger and this low back, like core, I think it's called,
Yep.
stronger.
Yep.
This is
Yeah, what
Need to
I'm
add.
hearing you saying is you need more core stability, because the more core stability you have, the less pressure it is on the lower back. Oh, you can't hear me.
Oh, well. Should be on.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Mhm.
Okay. So lack of core stability will cause that lower back pain. So that's definitely one area to focus. And then your glutes, your butt, you need to gain strength to support the lower body as well. And then upper body, it's all connected. You want to connect your upper and lower body. So exercises that focus on stabilizing the core, but also working upper body and lower body together. So an exercise like a bird dog. You know what a bird dog is?
Yeah, we'll demo.
So this is a great exercise to address all of the issues that you are having, which is core stability, and then also upper body and lower body strength. So you start in it's called a quadruped dog position, and you're going to lift your right arm and your left leg simultaneously. So you're working on the stability of your midsection as you shift the right arm out and left leg out. Squeeze your butt. So squeeze the butt, the leg that's out, and then squeeze that upper body where your shoulder blade is down and in. So you're squeezing the upper body and the lower body together, and then you come back down to the starting position. And then alternate. Left arm, right leg shoots out, keeping the core nice and engaged. and then switch. So you'll go opposite arm, opposite leg, alternating. There's a little bit of coordination here across the body, and you alternate and do about 8 to 10 reps on each side. That's a great total body exercise that will address upper body, lower body, and then core stability. I mean, the thing is, there are so many exercises that you can do to address the opportunities that you have to be in less pain and better performance. It's just having that consistent routine that you can do, 3 days a week at home.
Okay, I have another question.
Yeah.
Like in this exercise, I was not able to stay on one arm.
Did you have pain in the upper?
No, I was wobbling.
Wobbling. Yep, that's that core stability. So now we're going to do what's called a dead bug, because that will address that core. So your core needs some work, and if you have core strength, everything else will be more fluid and less pain. So the dead bug, so you would start with this exercise to build the core stability. You're going to be on your back. You're going to bring both knees up and create a 90-degree angle with your legs, and your arm's going to be up. It's like a dead bug position. You're going to extend your opposite arm, opposite leg. Same thing like we did in the bird dog, except we're flipped on our backs. And then we bring it back to center. Left arm, right leg shoots out, and then back to center. And we alternate sides. If the coordination, if you're like, oh, which arm, which leg, just stick with the right arm and left leg and do 8 to 10 reps of that, and then you can switch the other side. What you want to focus on is making sure that your lower back is not peeling off the floor. So you really want to draw your belly button into the floor to make sure that you're not creating that gap in the lower back, because that's going to put pressure on the lower back. So really focus on drawing your core in. If you feel like your core or your back is peeling off the floor, then you can modify it and just work on that lower body and just do little toe taps and work on pressing that lower back into the mat and then alternating those heel taps back here. How does that one feel? Oh, you're muted again.
This was pretty good.
Okay.
In the beginning with coordination, I have to just
Right, you have
think
to think
left,
about it.
leg, arm, yeah. But
Yeah.
then when it was, this was good.
Yeah, you're not going to be perfect, it's something that you have to work on, and you don't have just 3 to 4 exercises. But if you're going to focus on anything first, definitely work on that core stability, because that's going to protect you the most on the core. If you lack that core stability, then you won't be able to do any other exercises or movements on the core fluidly. So it starts really with that core stability.
And how to make the arm stronger.
So arm stronger, there's a lot of different ways. I mean, you talked about your shoulder hurting. So do you have bands or anything in your house?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you can take
rubber bands, yeah.
Yep, the rubber bands.
Colors, red, yellow, blue.
Yeah. So something like this.
Yes.
Yeah. So you could take a band, and one of the best exercises to do, especially for your shoulder, you have to build that scap stability right here. That will help to minimize that shoulder pain. You can take a band like this and then pull it apart, squeezing your shoulder blades down and in, and then controlling it back here. Squeeze, and then down and in. So that's a great exercise for that shoulder stability. Push-ups are another great option. Like you could do push-ups on the wall because right now you can't do the plank position. So here you bend your triceps down and in, and then press away, down, up. So that's another great exercise to start there. And then I would work yourself into that plank position, because the best exercise you can do for your upper body is be able to hold that plank position. So you build that core stability. And even if you have like a chair or something to elevate your hands, so like pretend this is a table, or you can do it with a wall, do it at an elevated position. You don't have to do it on the floor. So on a chair, but really work that push up, because it will also help with core stability as well.
Okay. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Are you going to send this as
Recording?
yes?
Yes. Yeah, we will send it. And then we do have an app, if you wanted to check that out. It has a bunch of exercises and workouts and programs that you can just press play. It has videos, so you can follow along, and it tells you exactly what to do. So we have core stability workouts, strength workouts. I mean, everything that we talk about. So you can just, not have to think about what you're doing.
Are you going to send me the? I think I saw somewhere like Strack.
Yeah. That's our app. So Fit for Life, Pickleball Fit for Life. I'll send you that link, and you can try it for 7 days, and then it comes with our book as well.
And how much it costs, like monthly or?
It's $10 a month.
Okay.
Yep, and then you have access to all of the workouts.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you and you're Lindsay and your
Yes.
husband?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just off in the corner. I just let her chat a little bit.
Yeah, this is our company.
So yeah, I see it tracks. Yeah. So basically, you're preparing people to be good, like physically to be good in the court, but you are not teaching pickleball, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, so what we found, so we've been coaching collectively over 30 years in the health and fitness industry, where we have worked with multiple professional athletes, general population, young youth athletes. And what we have found is that because of pickleball being such a growing sport, and the injuries that are just happening within it, we found that there was a passion and a drive to help serve this community who is only focusing mainly on the skill of pickleball. And so we actually teamed up with a pickleball club, and it just exploded with us helping them move better and feel better. And it was like we coupled and collaborated with the instructors. They would take the players and work on skill, like dinking and paddling, which everyone needs to know the rules and lingo, but then we would take them and help them move better. And that was really just something that sparked everything for everyone, not only at the club, but also for us, that there is a need for people to learn how to move better so that their performance gets better. And what we're realizing is that because of this dynamic sport of pickleball, most people are getting injured because they don't know how to move fluidly. The movement training isn't being taught because the industry has been so stuck in this aesthetics and body composition for the last like 2 or 3 decades. And now we, as the general population, are starting to move a lot more and wanting to stay active for longevity. We're finding that injuries happen and they're so preventable. They're the trips that they have, or you just want to move quickly. And like Lindsay says it too,
there's 2 types of injuries. There's the immediate injury, which you had, right? You tripped and you fell. That's an immediate injury where you hurt yourself. That's from not warming up or prepping your body. Then there's the overuse injuries that inevitably are going to happen, where overuse is the repetitiveness, the overcompensation that you saw in the assessment, those minor, like not having balance or lacking core stability, your body has to compensate the movement if you don't have the strength. And that's where those overuse over time injuries happen. And that's going to happen to everybody if they don't have a solid movement foundation. So we really teach exercises for movement training to train your body how to move and support the joints and the demands of pickleball, because people forget it's a multi-directional sport. You're moving all over the place. It is a sport. And we're so surprised that people didn't understand that they needed to train off court to support their play on court. And people are so interested and focused on the skill of pickleball, like how to do,
The fun stuff.
the fun stuff, but they're not focusing on the foundation. And your skill can only get so far before you're not going to get better, you're going to plateau, or you're going to get injured. So if you incorporate some movement training and some exercises that support that movement, you're not only going to stay injury free and have less pain, but you're going to get better at pickleball. So that's our passion, is to educate people on the importance of off-court training. And it doesn't have to be a lot. And that's what our app's about. It's quick little workouts you can do at home with your body weight, no equipment needed, that you can do to support the game of pickleball and your life. Because the way you train for pickleball for movement training and exercise is the way you should train just to have a happy and healthy life, and not to trip as you get older, and create those stronger connections between your brain and your muscles, which we don't do.
Okay. So I'm going to add this to my next routine, playing to pickleball.
Yeah, you'll feel a difference. I mean, I'm telling you, if you do that routine before you play pickleball, you will feel the difference in how your body feels when you're on the court, and not feeling so sore and tired after.
Like the question is, I don't know if you can see, like here.
Yep.
I don't see the lower back.
Yep.
If I feel pain here, just doing even exercise, like I did 5 squats, and I feel, or I stand on one leg. I already feel like pressure, and so meaning it's from this part that I need to straighten this part or this part on the low back.
You need to strengthen your core. Yep. So core stability. You need to do a core stability. We have a program on our app specifically for core stability. If you're telling me that your low back is your biggest priority and your biggest pain point doing all these movements, your number one priority is warm up every time you play, but also core, like you got to build that strength in your core.
Yeah. And I'll add this. One thing that's very interesting is sometimes the success leaves clues. And what you've already told us, we've seen thousands of athletes already, clients, members, 40 plus players that have said the same exact thing you have. And it seems so simple to do, but it's also so simple not to do. And that's why we're seeing these injuries. People don't see the benefit in it immediately, because it is as simple as going down and doing a dead bug. It is as simple as doing a quick little knee hug, or doing a hip circle before you play, or just doing an assessment to just get your body in tune with itself. But it's those small missing opportunities that a lot of members and clients that we've seen and worked with, that if they just change that small little thing, major benefits come from it. Less injuries, less soreness, less back pain. And that's what we're saying is these exercises are not hard to do. They're not complex. You just have to get them done, right? So that's what we're here for, and that's what we're really passionate about, is to share the simple solution to warming up. The simple solution to make you feel comfortable about how to move, and not worry about having to get on the ground and spending 20 minutes to warm up before a game of pickleball, but just getting up to a fence and doing some leg swings, hip circles, doing a couple dead bugs for 5-10 minutes can drastically improve not only your play, but your longevity and movement patterns for life.
Yeah. So, and you know what? You showed up to this call which means that you care about your fitness and your health. And that is the first step, and that is the hardest step. So good for you for coming on, showing up. You're the only one out of the 20 people that signed up. So good for you for showing up and taking this step. So you are ready to take action and I'll say warm up. Like if you're going to leave with anything, warm up and gain some more core stability. You'll feel the difference.
And you now have us too.
Yeah.
So
now you know who we
now
are
you
when
know
you
who
see
we
our
are.
stuff on.
We're not just AI people. We're actually
Yeah.
human beings.
Yeah.
So if you ever need us, reach out to us. We're here for you.
Yeah, we want to do more of these seminars. So definitely like tell your friends on the community board so we can do more of these, because our passion is to educate. We want to be able to educate, because if you guys know and are aware of what is needed to be done, then we can help prevent a lot of injuries. Which is
But how do I know when it's going to be the next seminar? Are you going to send me email? Or
yeah,
how
yeah,
this
we have your
works?
email now. So whenever we do another seminar, we'll definitely include you in the email. And then you probably found us on one of our or one of the like senior groups. I post a lot in the senior group, the pickleball group.
Probably. I saw you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Where you located?
What?
Massachusetts. So right outside of Boston. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Massachusetts.
how about yourself?
Are you open? Staten Island, New York.
Oh,
Okay.
beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. So we'll be down at one of the YMCA's down there in which one was it? There's a couple of them. The YMCA's down in New York are really popular, and we travel around the country to do our pickleball training specialist program for coaches. And the YMCA and the JCCs, they're part of our community that we go into. So I know the Manhattan one, Lower Manhattan one, YMCA is one that we're looking to get into. So we're really excited about how this is growing. So you're going to see us around a lot more.
Yeah, and all that we can ask is you just take the information that you learned and spread it to others and let them know how important movement training is for injury prevention. And it doesn't take that much, just a couple exercises. And
Yeah, we hope you found this valuable.
Yes, definitely yes. I want to spread to my friends from YMCA who is playing pickleball also.
Beautiful.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know how we can help you out.
Are you
Yes.
offering personal training?
Yep, we do personal training. We actually do a lot of virtual training. So we do one-on-one, we do group, and yeah.
And how this works? First, I will try the app.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I'll send the app. Yeah, and we
But if I'm
actually
interested,
we use the app as well. So if you work with us or one of our pickleball training specialists, you will meet with them face to face, and they'll either take you through a workout and they'll write you a program. So it'll be a personalized program in the app, and then you'll also have live Zoom classes with them. We do once or twice a week, or we can do once a month for more of like an accountability session where we'll program workouts specifically to your needs through the app, and you can follow along, and then you meet with us once a month.
and this is the same app or different app?
Same app.
The same app.
Yep. So you can join the app, play around with it, and then you can always reach out to us to do personal training. But yeah, I mean, if you're serious about getting better at pickleball or just really all in on avoiding injuries, I do think some sessions would be very valuable.
So I can find this through the app if I want to do personal training.
If you want to do personal training, you can reach out to us directly. Do you have our email? I'll give you our business line. So if you want to train, it's our pickleball training specialist line, and you can just text us and say, I'm interested